Hello, Capricorn. We're going to kind of see what's going on with you guys. These are general. Take what works, and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say. Okay, guys. So let's see. Let's see what's going on with you. So as far as what this reading is about, you have the Six of Pentacles, you have the King of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups, and then you have the Eight of Swords. The Six of Pentacles is all about kind of giving and receiving. It's about charity. And because you have the King and Queen of Cups, I think you are the one helping somebody out. But I think this could be almost like emotional help in a sense, because of the King and Queen of Cups. It could be a little bit financial as well, but I think there might be something where you're really like emotionally trying to help somebody out. Like you're almost being the nurturing. I see the Queen of Cups. She's very nurturing. So that you could be trying to help nurture somebody, but then the King of Cups, to me, I don't want to say he could kind of be a little bit cold, but he's a little bit, he's very deeply caring, but he's more of the rational one as well. So there could be some kind of trying to help, not reason with somebody, but maybe they have a situation and you're actually looking into the details because you want to help them. So you're trying to actually, let's say if they need to find a new apartment or something, you know, maybe you're out there trying to apartment hunt for them, or if they don't have enough money, maybe you're trying to help look for some ways to help them kind of get money, or see renter's assistance or something. That's what I'm kind of getting, because I feel like the King of Cups, that's that nurturing, but it's that practical in a way that I don't want to say detail oriented type of energy, but it's like, I want to help this person, but X, Y, and Z needs to be done. So let me go pick up the phone and let me call this agent. Let me find out if they're going to willing to negotiate with the price of the apartment or something, or if utilities are included or something. It's that kind of energy, you know. And the Queen of Cups is all like this emotional, you know, trying to help somebody emotionally, trying to be nurturing and supportive to them. But the Eight of Swords here, I feel like either somebody is stuck and you're trying to help them get unstuck, but they're almost like sticking themselves. Like they're like the ones that are stuck themselves. That's what I'm kind of getting. Or if this is starting to make you feel a little bit stuck because maybe you've been helping them and now you feel obligated to help them more, you know? So you'll know for yourself if you're trying to help a person and they're really just stuck themselves, like they can't really get out of being unstuck, but it's really not, it's like them doing it. They're the reasons why they're stuck, or if it's actually making you now start to feel stuck because you've kind of added more responsibility onto your plate. You'll know for yourself. But what's in your current energies with this? You have the Page of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So the pages, they're the students, you know, and the Page of Wands, I like him. He's my little butterfly kind of guy. You know, he's trying to get something done, but you know, he flutters around, flutters over here, flutters over there, but he's willing to try different things. And it's interesting because the Seven of Cups is about having many different options, and not everything is as it seems, and not everything is a good option. So I really feel like you are the little butterfly fluttering around, checking out all these options, trying to figure out what is the best option, you know, what makes the most sense, what is the best path, and you're kind of assessing what is the best option, what's the best, you know, what's going on here, what makes more sense. But you're like in this active role of trying to decipher all of that. But what's coming in for you in the near future, you have the Six of Pentacles reversed, the Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So I kind of think, like, I don't want to say you might be getting a little bit taken advantage of, but I think because the Ten of Wands is here, I think whatever this is, it's going to start feeling like a lot of burdens. It's a lot of responsibility. I think you might be bearing most of this responsibility. And with the Seven of Pentacles, sometimes the Seven of Pentacles is about slow, steady progress, and you could be making slow, steady progress with this, and that's why it's feeling burdensome, because it's kind of going slow. But the Seven of Pentacles also could indicate, and you'll know for yourself, where you need to reassess what you're doing. Is there a better way to do it, or is it even worth doing? So I kind of get that different energy here. Some of you might be realizing that, I don't want to say you're getting taken advantage of, but you're putting a little bit too much into the situation and it's becoming burdensome on you, and you're now reassessing, like, is this even worth me getting involved in? Or you feel like you're being taken advantage of, you're putting all this work in, it's getting burdensome, but there's slight progress being made. So you'll know for yourself what it is. But your challenge regarding this is the Ace of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So your challenge is really kind of having a new idea or seeing something in a different way. Or, the Ace of Swords could be about creativity, sudden thoughts. Sometimes I feel like it taps into the intuition because it's all about the mind and communication. There could be something that you need to communicate to somebody, that, like a new idea, like they might need to get their crap together themselves. But you'll know for you, but there's a challenge here, whether like communicating something to somebody or thinking something a little bit outside the box, or even kind of making like maybe a new decision to go on a different way or handle this in a different way. The Four of Wands with your challenge is having a victory. It's about hitting some milestones. So there may be some kind of goal that is not being hit as you would like it, and that's probably why the Six of Pentacles reversed and then the Ten of Wands here. It's like it's kind of burdens. Things are not really going as planned, So I think the challenge is kind of hitting those milestones, hitting those goals. And the Knight of Swords here is also staying on your path in a way, but like mentally, like he's very he knows what he wants. Like he's very decisive. Like he's blazing right towards something. So you might be now, I don't want to say second guessing something, but I'm kind of getting that maybe the challenge is, it could be second guessing something, because the Ace of Swords here as a challenge, and if you have the Knight of Swords, maybe it's like this, whatever this goal or whatever this thing was, it might not be kind of happening the way, and then you have to really determine that you might have to think about it differently. Like maybe what you thought, let's say if you are helping somebody, I'm just going to use that example. Whatever you're putting your energy into, it may not, I think you were very convinced and you had the conviction of doing it, but it might not be turning out quite the best way for you. And now your challenge is going to be almost like, I don't want to say backtracking and reassessing and maybe deciding, okay, well, I'm going to just shift gears. I'm going to kind of like, the hell with this. I'm going to go do something different. So that could be your challenge as well. Because the Knight of Swords, I feel like he could be an energy of almost getting stuck because you had your mindset on something and you got to watch it. You're not going to be so stubborn when it turns out it's not going quite the way it should be going, to be like, okay, well, this is not working. And now I have to reassess this situation, especially because the Seven of Pentacles is here. I feel like there might be need to kind of reassess some situations. Because even with the Eight of Swords, this person is stuck in they're like restricting themselves in a way. So some of you might feel like you need to be helping this person, and this could represent you're restricting your mindset of, like, let's say, I'm just using this example if it's a person or a situation. You might feel like you need to do something for this situation, but now you're restricting yourself because you feel like now it's your responsibility to do something for this situation. You'll know for yourself. But what's recommended for you, you got the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, Temperance, and the Chariot reverse. So I think this is very interesting. The Hierophant, he's about spiritual wisdom. I see him as a kind of, I don't want to say a prominent figure of society, but he's about traditions, and things kind of the way they've been done. So, and because you also had the Five of Wands, the Five of Wands could be a little bit about conflict, competition, maybe a little bit of drama, depending on the situation. And you have Temperance here. I almost feel like, I don't want to say you need to take the high road. I think with the Hierophant being recommended, I think you still need to remain like centered, especially because we have Temperance as well. Remain grounded through this situation and remain like, when I say stable, I don't mean like that you're unstable, but if you are helping somebody, I think you need to kind of remain like, almost like, I don't want to say remain that rock for them, but you have to do it in a way where you're not being taken advantage of. But the Hierophant could also represent like that spiritual wisdom. So I wonder if I wonder what's recommended. There might be something else. If it is somebody that there could be some help for them, but it's something to do with some kind of system that's already established, you know? And the Five of Wands here, I just think that, I think it's recommended that, like, if you have to kind of, like, I don't want to say, like, speak to this person or something, or kind of, I don't want to say cut something off, but don't be afraid to have to stand up for yourself. I'm not saying cause drama or cause issues, but if, and I'm not saying if you have to have a fight with them, don't, like, I'm not saying that, but I'm kind of getting this energy of you need to stay true to yourself. I think this is what I'm saying. Don't get screwed, you know, kind of be that strong structure. But if you need to stand up for yourself regarding this, you need to stand up for yourself. But with Temperance here, I think this is about doing it in a way where it's kind of more patient. You're balancing different aspects together, because the Chariot reversed here is also indicating that you might not want to be pushing forward with this much longer. Like, whatever this is, I think it might be getting into a realm where, like, I'm not saying you're getting screwed a little bit, but I think you could be potentially getting taken advantage of a little bit. And I think the Chariot here is saying you should not be getting taken advantage of. It's not fair. Temperance is all about, like, that balancing your energies, balancing your resources, balancing stuff out within your life. But the Hierophant with the Five of Wands, I think this is saying, like, still be the beacon of light. But if you have to stand up for yourself and say, I can't continue to do whatever this was, you know, it's not really in my best interest, you have to, you know, start figuring it out for yourself. I think you need to do that, but you can do it in a way where you're being polite. I hope that makes sense. Now, let's get the other cards and see what's going on. So you have number 41, Nightingale Spirit. Love is all around. And I think that this is because you're the basis of this reading. You have the King and Queen of Cups. So that's, like, super loving energy. So I think there is definite, like, kind of this loving, nurturing energy. So I definitely think that that's really good. And you want to stay in that, but you just want to make sure you're not getting screwed either. Now you have Shungite, detox your life. And that could be that if somebody is taking a little advantage, or some situation is kind of taking a little bit more advantage of you, you might need to reassess that and kind of, like, you know, reconfigure that. You got these two. You got karmatic relationship, feelings, triggers, turmoil, resentments, lessons, letting go, and loving you. And you also had Coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. Now, I kind of feel that there could be some turmoil with someone else that you might be trying to help or dealing with. But I think there's something that you're going to be realizing that you need to reassess. You have to reshift it out a little bit. And Coffin, endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. I kind of feel like you're going to be liberating yourself a little bit. You know, I kind of just get that energy with the Hierophant here. I think you're going to do it in a very, I don't want to say diplomatic way, but that's almost what I'm getting. A very diplomatic way with the Hierophant. But you're not afraid to kind of diplomatically stand up for yourself, you know? And you have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Now, this could represent somebody else, but I think this could also represent, like, I don't want to say a conclusion to this situation or a resolution to this situation, but I think if you think about it and you see it for what it is, I kind of feel like you might realize there is, like, some type of resolution that will be kind of like, it's even trusting your intuition a little bit as well. Because I really feel like I feel like sometimes when we ask for help, sometimes we receive signs, or we get intuition, or something jumps in your head that helps you actually resolve a problem. So I think you have to be also aware if you're feeling a little bit stuck or a little unsure how to deal with this, be a little open to maybe receiving external messages in a way. So that's what I'm getting with that. And then you have light. Without the dark, we'd never see the stars. Now, I think this is saying that this situation is going to help kind of make you a better person. I don't think it's a terrible situation. I just think it's a little bit like, you know, you're kind of trying to help, and it's maybe not being as beneficial as you would like. But I think you might be getting some some ideas or something jumping into your head as to how to better handle this soon. And then you have, I will let no one walk through my mind with their dirty feet. And I think this is just you remaining in your power, because the Hierophant, he's a public figure, okay? Like, he's going to get criticized. People are going to think that he should just do what they want, you know, because they have certain kind of thoughts about him. But he's not letting anybody walk through his mind with their dirty feet. He knows what he needs to do. He remains in his element. He remains calm. You know, he's trying to help people as well. He's a figure that tries to help, but he knows that you could only help so much. You can't let somebody take advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of that energy that you're going to need to have going forward. Now for your little affirmation, we have, today I will look ahead. Today I will see my future. It is beautiful. It is a beautiful life. I'm looking forward to it. And that is wonderful. The spirit of the dish that shall be with you during this time. You have the spirit of the fountain, which is the spirit of the fountain soda. Now, for the dinner and a movie that is recommended for you, you have romance movies and Italian food. And for the energies that you either need to be aware of or tap into, you have Aries. And this is all about that kind of like initial spark of something. It's like a spark. It's like a fiery energy. It's kind of a little passionate, a little temperamental too. But, and it's a little bit like I can do something, like, you know, they get their mind set on something. They want to try it out, you know? So it might be that kind of, it's also kind of, I don't want to say the energy of the war, but the conflict here, what's recommended, you might have to have that little bit of like Aries, like going to war type of attitude a little bit. Not obviously war, but like real war, but like not afraid to stand up for yourself and not afraid to say something if you got to say something. You could do it politely though, you know, you could do it diplomatically, but I think it's that kind of not being like pushed around if you don't want to be pushed around, because they're a little bit stubborn. I know I am one. So you also have 69 here, not 69, Cancer here. It is 69, but you have Cancer here, and this is all about emotions and habits as well. So, and because there's a lot of emotions here, I think this is just saying that you need to also check in with your emotions, because I kind of feel like you've been checking in a lot with somebody else's emotions or some other situation emotionally. You need to also take a look at how you're handling it and kind of what you want out of it and how is it really going for you. You have the Moon, and this is all about kind of illusions, not seeing everything. Things are kind of hidden a little bit, not knowing exactly how you're going to go forward or how things are going to transpire. And it also represents a little intuition. So you might need to trust your intuition and kind of just feel a situation out as you go. And then we have Neptune, and this is about vision, creativity, and illusions as well. So it's kind of like there might be things are not very clear, but it's also the vision and what you want out of something, you know? And then this is number 6, and that means it's an even number. So Mr. Predicto will be out here shortly to answer your questions, Capricorn. So think of it, and he'll be out here soon. Okay, so now you have the little seahorse. So the way I see the seahorses, they kind of, you know, they're swimming around, right? But they're able to see multiple dimensions or aspects to something, because they can kind of like be on the ground looking at it one way, and then they can like swim over it. So they're kind of a little bit more mobile in the sea, and they could kind of see above something. They could see under something if they're able to kind of get through there. They could see all around it. So there's like a lot of this like kind of seeing different aspects to something. So I think you might have to be a little bit flexible and kind of see things from the various aspects, because I think with the Hierophant, he's very, I don't want to say mentally sound, but he's very diplomatic. And I kind of think that he's the type that is willing to see all sides to something and then come to a reasonable, rational decision about the matter. So you might have to have that type of energy where, I don't want to say that you're trying to get your emotions involved, but it might need to be a little bit more, I don't want to say matter of factly type of stuff, but that's what I'm getting for that. Okay, let's see what else we get for you guys. And you have Inspire. And honestly, I kind of feel like, because even with the Hierophant, like I feel like, because that's recommended, he inspires other people. He inspires them to gain enlightenment in a sense. He inspires them to try to do better in their lives. So I think if you're dealing with somebody, I think it's good if you continue to try to inspire them to do what they need to do to better themselves and their situation. But you need to do it in a way where you're not getting taken advantage of. Because unfortunately, sometimes some people always want somebody else to do everything for them. And, then you get screwed. So it's almost like if this represents somebody that you're dealing with, you might need to kind of like help encourage and inspire them to get it together. That's what I'm really getting with this. But even this is saying is follow your inspirations, follow the little details of things that jump into your head with stuff, because sometimes that's like the little intuition as well. Okay, so now it is time. Think of those questions, and now we will ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Capricorn's question?
Definitely yes.
Just in case you couldn't hear him, he said definitely yes. So there he goes. Mr. Predicto is a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.